Right, YouTube, we're back. Another video, a little bit more, a bit of home truths. I'm going to be a little bit more to the point here, and this is going to be about why you're making zero progress in your fitness journey. Because I've seen it all. I went back to David Lloyd a couple of weeks ago, which was a gym I used to work at and train at back from 2019 to 2023, 24. And I saw people there that have been training since I joined in 2019, and they've not changed. They look exactly the same over four or 5 years. Now, to me, if you're going to the gym, you go in because, yes, the mental benefits, but you want to see change in the way that you look, therefore the way that you feel, the confidence, the energy, how you are at work. Yet so many people do not. So we're going to go through why people are making zero progress. So straight away, you may not be where you want to be with your fitness journey, okay, which is fine, but it's about understanding and realizing why that's the case. If you're someone that goes to the gym to say they've been to the gym and they're more than happy with how they look, they're not too worried, then that's fine. This video is not for you. This video is for people that want to get the most out of their training, actually look like they go to the gym, decrease body fat, have some muscle mass, and actually respect the physique that they have, okay, and therefore use that into other avenues of their life. So this video is for yourself. So that's what I wanted to just quickly go through. We got rid of everyone else. Someone that just goes through the motions in the gym to tell everyone that work, I went to the gym this morning, when in reality, they did a few leg extensions, a leg press, some chest work on the phone. See you later. Straight away, you need to have a clear goal. Okay. Now, why this might be, why do we need a goal? Well, I find for myself, but also for clients, that having something to work towards is going to help you far more in sticking to the plan, okay? Because ultimately, it's your North Star, it's your why, okay? So if you haven't already, what are you wanting to achieve? Okay, so what is the goal? Is it physique related? Is it to do a race? Is it to, I don't know, improve blood pressure, improve blood markers, whatever it might be? When are you wanting to achieve this? So is it a case of, fat loss, you've got 10 kilos to lose, you're probably going to want 4, 5, 6 months. Is it a race that's in 3 months' time that you've signed up for? You've then got 3 months. So get specific as to what are you wanting to achieve? When are you wanting to achieve this? But also why? Why is this goal important? Why do you want to be 10 kilos less in body weight to look good for a holiday? It's probably deeper than that. It's probably more a case of you might have been the fat kid at school who got not so much bullied, but might have been known as being overweight, and you're sick of it. You don't want to be known for that. You don't want that identity. You want to change the way that you look. There's always a deeper emotion. Or you might be that guy that's always gone on holidays with their boys, with their mates, always wear a t-shirt, or you're always the fat one. And you don't want that to be the case anymore. That's your why, but that's far deeper, and that's what's going to allow you to stick to the plan and get the goal that you've set. Okay, so have something to work towards. It's going to give you some clear direction. It's going to give you tasks and objections that's clear to know, right, this is what I need to do. If I need to lose 10 kg in 6 months, this is what I need to lose per week. This is how I'm going to do it. This is the food I need to consume to put me in a deficit to lose that per week. Okay, so you see how important that can be. Now, another reason why you've not achieved the goal, this is going to be a video of me just moving myself around the screen by the looks of things. You're not sure on how to get there, which is perfectly fine. You've got the destination, but not necessarily the roadmap to getting there. It's like knowing that you want to go to Glasgow from Coventry, which is great, but how do you get there? I wouldn't know. I'll use Google Maps, which is where having some form of a plan would be the go-to. Okay, so you may have a goal, as I've spoken about, run a marathon, drop body fat, feel more confident, but you're not sure on how to get there. There's loads of information out there that's left you feeling confused, overwhelmed. You don't know what needs to be done. So it's always going to be a case of overwhelming, I'll start next week. So instead, what you want to be doing if you're not sure on how to get there is think about, right, where are people who are where I want to be? How have they got there? Is it from a training plan perspective, a certain way of training? Is it going out researching? Is it reaching out to someone in the profession? That's how you're going to get to the goal. Because yes, it's an investment and everything else, but it's going to save you a lot of time. Okay, in terms of going out, speaking to someone that's done what you need to do, seeing what they can offer you and help you get there. So you're not sure on how to get there, go and find someone to help you with that. You're not actually willing to commit. Okay, so you've got the goal, you're not sure on how to get there, you go through the motions, and you're not quite in a position where you are ready to commit. I'll put that over there, can go over Ryan's hat. So first of all, not willing to basically just go all in. Go all in. If this goal is something that's high on your priority list, something that you want to achieve, it's been a goal of yours for years, and you're now deciding that you want to do this, you've got to go all in. There's no half-hearting it. Because if you half-heart it, you're just going to get half-hearted results. And more often than not, go back to where you were. Okay? It's going to take change, because ultimately, if you carry on doing what you're doing now, you're going to be in the same position. And you want to be somewhere else, which is going to require different actions. So think about it. If you're going to carry on doing what you're doing now, you're not going to be where you want to be. Okay, Ryan, for example, here was going out every weekend, wasn't really eating too good, and wasn't training very consistently. But he didn't want to carry on looking like this because mentally and physically he weren't great. Here, he was eating right. He was following a plan. It was structured. He was training hard. I knew he was training hard because I was training with him. And at the weekends, he was balancing it well. Okay, sometimes better than others, but come Sunday, Monday, he was back on the plan. He had the map to get to Glasgow. You know, there was just a few bit of traffic come the weekend that slowed him down a little bit, but eventually he was able to get back on the right track. I don't know where I'm going with this analogy of road maps to Glasgow. So go all in. Don't just half-heart it, because more often than not, if you're not where you want to be, it's because you're someone that's not willing to commit. Another key trait of someone that is not going to make progress is they're not willing to make sacrifices. Okay, so I'm not going to be one of these online coaches or personal trainers or whatever you want to call me that says you can run your first marathon and go out every weekend and still drink 10 beers, or you can still eat takeaways every single weekend and drop 10 kilos of body fat. It's not going to happen. Okay, now that's because it's just not going to. You know, if you're out every weekend drinking, you're not recovering. Therefore, your running performance is not going to be great, which means that your marathon's not going to be great, which is the main goal. So what you need to think about is there are going to be things that you need to sacrifice. It might well be meals out. It might well be alcohol, for example. You know, there are going to be sacrifices needed, but that's what's going to allow you to be on the right path and stand out from the average and actually achieve the goal that you want to achieve, whether that be physique development, whether that be a sporting event, whether that be mindset, but whatever it might be. So I've done it. You know, I've done the biggest one for me. I did my first shoot back in 2023. I went to Marbella on a trip on my own to a networking business event. Didn't drink at all. I even stuck to my food because I was on prep for my photo shoot. So that's that. I remember going to a restaurant asking for, I think it was sea bass and vegetables, but not cooking the sea bass in oil or not much oil. Mental. I also remember going to the Coventry playoff final in May 2023. I got a bus down there, a coach, and I took Tupperware with mince, rice, and veg in. And then I had the same on the way back, which was cold and horrible because it'd been on the coach for the whole time. That's the sacrifice I was willing to make. I didn't drink either, and obviously we lost the final. So I'm not saying, you know, that's fairly extreme, but if you're wanting to achieve fantastic results and you're someone that's going all in, then you're going to have to make those changes. You know, so if it means not going to the pub on a Friday night and going to play paddle instead, then do that. You know, that's only going to help. What's going to be more beneficial? So there we go. A little bit of a shorter one here this week on this video because it's just me ranting and talking. But I'm hoping that a few people can watch this and think, shit, I've just been going through the motions, not really made much progress, and I've not really been committed to a goal, and I'm now going to change that. Fantastic. I've helped someone. So what do you need to go and do next in order to finally achieve your goal? Firstly, get clear on it. What is it and why do you want to achieve it? I think the why is probably more important because what your goal is, most people, it's quite superficial, but you need to go deeper as to why is that. You know, let's say, for example, you want to do a marathon, you want to do a half marathon because back at school, whenever you did cross country, you always came last in the 400 meters. So you want to prove to people that you can fucking run a lot further than that, and that's your why. Or it could well be that you're the fat fella, the fat mate in the group, and all your mates pulling birds. You're not because you got a dad bod, and you don't want to be that person. You want to be in and amongst it, dropping game and pulling birds. So you want to make sure that you're getting into great shape for that reason, because you don't want to be left out because you've always been that left out person or the joke of the group, for example. So get clear on it and understand why it's your goal. Give yourself a time frame as well. Be specific why, you know, with this time frame, if you've got lots of body fat to lose, don't give yourself 2 weeks. Give yourself a little bit longer. If it's your first ever triathlon, don't give yourself 2 months, probably give yourself 4. Okay, so get a time frame, get something booked, or get something actually in the diary, concrete. Reach out to people or create your own training program. I'm not going to plug a sales pitch and say, "Well, drop me a message." And if you do want one-to-one coaching, then you can, or you can download my free training program, which is probably better than most people's coaching out there, and that's going to allow you to train in the gym 3 times per week, which is more than enough if training at a high enough level, and that's going to allow you to potentially move the needle forward in achieving your goals. So that's something, or research, reach out. Don't chat GPT because it's a bit meh. Anyway, find someone to hold you accountable so you not fall off again. Again, this could be a coach, it could be a family member, it could be a friend. You and your friend could be doing an event together, so you've got that accountability. I did a 50k run in last May in Finland, and I did the whole training block with a friend. Great for accountability, because those days I have videos on my phone. I used to meet him down the bottom of the road at like 6 o'clock in the morning to go and run 20k in the rain in like November 2023. I wouldn't have done that on my own. He wouldn't have done that on his own. But we had each other to hold each other accountable. Don't get me wrong, there was some times where he'd go, "I can't make the morning, can we go after work?" I'd be like, "Oh, lovely stuff." But find someone to keep you accountable, okay? Go all in, make the sacrifices needed, and just get on with it. Simple as that, because at the end of the day, it's only you're the only person that's going to allow you to get to that goal. You can blame everyone and anyone, take responsibility. There's a reason why you're overweight. There's a reason why you're not fit. There's a reason why you're the laughing stock of the group. There's a reason why you've got no energy throughout the day, because you don't exercise, you eat rubbish, and you don't sleep very well. So you need to take responsibility. You can blame everyone and anyone else, but ultimately it's down to you to make the decision, to make the change, and to get after it. And on that note, the Jordan Belfort, it's got no relevance to the "I'm not fucking leaving," but it's a pretty cool picture, so I thought I'd roll with it. But there we go. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe. See you on the next one. On the next one, you best have a goal. Get after it.